YAML made it simple. Today we are going to look at one of the hard questions in SQL. So this question is find the average and highest number of businesses for all the streets in the dataset. We will take notes so that we don't miss out any edge cases. So the output here is average and highest number of businesses for all the streets. So there are two columns that we should output, average and highest number of businesses. For all the streets is just like by all the streets, right? And only consider the streets with at least 5 businesses. So there is a condition that we just have to include the streets with only 5 businesses. Assume the streets is extracted by choosing the second word from the business address column. Use business ID as a way to count the number of unique businesses. So there are two things that they have given as a note. The one is business address column. We can extract streets from that business address column. So let's see what's inside the business column so that we'll have better understanding of what we have to do. So in the business address column, we have the following information, that is text with the street name in middle. So street name is the second word from the whole context. How can we extract that? There is a space in between, right? We can split based on that space and then extract the second word from it. So how can we do that? There is a function for that. So split part is a function that we can use, and it needs two parameters. One is how we want the text to be splitted, that is here based on the space, and which part of the character that we are interested in, which part of the word which we are interested in. We are interested in the second word, so we can choose the second word. Let's run the code. We have extracted the second word from the whole context, but there is this problem. The letters are either capital or small letters, but rather if we have everything in the same format, we can make use of that rather than in different formats. Like if the Broadway is fully capital letter, then that's really confusing for us to categorize the streets, right? So to avoid the confusion, we can make use of the lowercase function. And we can alias it as street name, street, and we are also interested in one more thing, that is business ID. That's what they have noted here. So the business ID as a way to count the number of unique businesses. So we can count the unique businesses with the help of business ID. So the business ID can be repeated since they have not given any specifications on that. So we can use distinct function, and the business ID will count all the occurrences of that. That is number of businesses here, right? So now we have to group by the street name. That is group by street name. We can just make use of the alias here. And there is this condition, only consider the streets with at least 5 businesses. So for that we can use having, since we are doing after grouping by, having class would help here. So we have to filter down based on the count distinct business ID, and this should be greater than or equal to 5. So there is one condition that we have missed, that is an edge case, that is where what if the second word in the split part contains nothing. To avoid that, we can use this condition here. It should, if it's like nothing, then we can just remove that from our consideration. So you may question like why I did not use lowercase here. It does not matter. Since we are going to remove the empty text is, we don't have to convert that into lowercase, right? So that I did not use it. Let's run this one. So these are the data that we are interested in now. From here, we can extract the average and highest number of businesses. From this table, we can extract that information. So we have to consider this as a table. So we can either use this in the from table, or we can just make it as a CTE, that is with class, and we can name this with class as a business based on streets, businesses based on street as, and we can just use normal select max. We are interested in the max and average, right? Max, that is highest number of businesses, and average number of businesses. So uh, max businesses, so we have aliased it as number of businesses. Max number of businesses as, that's okay, and average number of businesses from our function, sorry, from our CTE. Let's run the code. Yep, this is what we are interested in. We need two columns, that is max and average, and we just will have one row as a result. That is because we are just maxing it out and averaging it out. That will leave us with one result, right? That's it. Let's check the solution if it's running. And that is perfectly right. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you like the video, please leave comments and subscribe. Please also like the video if you like it. Thank you.